In a move that has sparked both hope and controversy, the Middle East witnessed a historic moment as Hamas released Israeli hostages, paving the way for President Trump to declare the Gaza war over and receive a standing ovation in Israel's parliament. But here's where it gets controversial. While many celebrate this as a step toward peace, others question the long-term implications of the deal. Let's dive into the details. On October 13th, 2025, Israelis gathered in Tel Aviv's Hostages Square, their emotions raw as they awaited the return of their loved ones held captive in Gaza for over 2 years. The agreement, brokered under Trump's leadership, saw Hamas release the last 20 living Israeli hostages in exchange for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. These Palestinians, many held without charge during the conflict, were transported to Gaza, the West Bank, or even exiled abroad, greeted by emotional reunions with their families. Among them were individuals convicted of killings, some imprisoned for decades, a point that has ignited fierce debate about justice and reconciliation. Trump, addressing Israel's parliament, the Knesset, boldly proclaimed, "This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East." He envisioned a golden age for Israel and the region, drawing parallels to the U.S.'s current prosperity. His speech, laced with grandiose language, was met with chants of his name and a prolonged standing ovation. Yet, this optimism isn't universally shared. Critics argue that the ceasefire, while a relief, leaves many unresolved issues. And this is the part most people miss. The ceasefire's success hinges on fragile conditions. Israeli troops have withdrawn from parts of Gaza but still occupy roughly half the territory, with no clear timeline for full withdrawal. Meanwhile, Hamas, though required to disarm and step back from governance, has not publicly agreed to these terms. Their civilian police have already reappeared on Gaza's streets, raising questions about who will truly control the region. The interim plan to have Palestinian technocrats govern Gaza remains vague. With no leaders named and no clear authority defined, Trump's role in this agreement is both celebrated and scrutinized. While Netanyahu hailed him as Israel's greatest friend in the White House, Trump's pressure on Netanyahu and Arab nations like Egypt and Qatar to secure the deal has raised eyebrows. Is this a genuine breakthrough or a temporary band-aid on deep-rooted conflicts? What do you think? The emotional reunions of the hostages with their families were broadcast across Israel, with scenes like Inav Zangaukar telling her son Matan, "There's no war, it's over, you are coming home," tugging at heartstrings. Yet, Hamas's obligation to return 28 bodies of deceased hostages remains unfulfilled, adding another layer of complexity. As Trump headed to Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, for the formal signing ceremony, the absence of Israeli and Hamas leaders initially was notable. Though Egypt extended a last-minute invitation to Netanyahu, he declined due to a Jewish holiday. Meanwhile, increased humanitarian aid is finally reaching Gaza, where essentials like food, water, and medicine have been critically scarce. But will this ceasefire hold? Or is it merely a pause in a decades-long conflict? This agreement is a test of diplomacy, trust, and the region's willingness to embrace change. While celebrations erupted in Israel and aid trucks rolled into Gaza, the underlying tensions persist. Is this the beginning of a new era, or just another chapter in a long-standing struggle? Share your thoughts below. Let's keep the conversation going.